The meeting room will come to order. We are now holding a meeting of the Jefferson FFA chapter. Madam Vice President, are all officers at their stations?
I shall call the roll of officers, determine if they are at their stations, and report back to you, Mr. President. The parliamentarian.
Stationed by the copy of Robert's Rules of Order.
Your duties there?
It is my obligation to know and share information about parliamentary law and assist members in proper meeting procedure and etiquette so we can accomplish the business of the chapter. I assure that every member will be heard and that the majority will prevail.
The sentinel.
Stationed by the door.
Your duties there?
Through this door pass many friends of the FFA. It is my duty to see that the door is open to our friends at all times and that they are welcome. I care for the meeting room and paraphernalia. I strive to keep the room comfortable and assist the President in maintaining order.
The reporter.
The reporter is stationed by the flag.
Why by the flag?
As the flag covers the United States of America, so I strive to inform the people in order that every man, woman, and child may know that the FFA is a national organization that ranges from the state of Alaska to the Virgin Islands and from the state of Maine to Hawaii.
The treasurer.
Stationed at the Emblem, Washington.
Your duties there?
I keep an accurate record of receipts and disbursements just as George Washington kept his farm accounts, carefully and accurately. I encourage thrift among the members and strive to build up our financial standings through savings and investments. George Washington was better able to serve his country because he was financially independent.
The secretary.
Stationed by the ear of corn.
Your duties there?
I keep an accurate record of all meetings and correspond with other secretaries wherever corn is grown and FFA members meet.
The advisor.
Here by the owl.
Why by the owl?
The owl is a time-honored emblem of knowledge and wisdom. Being older than the rest of you, I am asked to advise you from time to time as the need arises. I hope that my advice will always be based on true knowledge and ripened with wisdom. Madam Vice President, why do you keep a plow at your station?
The plow is a symbol of labor and tillage of the soil. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much. My duties require me to assist at all times in directing the work of our organization. I preside over meetings in the absence of our president, whose place is beneath the rising sun.
Why is the president so stationed?
The rising sun is a token of a new era in agriculture. If we will follow the leadership of our president, we shall be led out of the darkness of selfishness and into the glorious brotherhood, into the glorious sunlight of brotherhood and cooperation. Mr. President, all officers are at their stations.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. The Secretary will call the roll of members.
There are 60 members and guests present.
Thank you. FFA members, why are we here? To practice brotherhood, honor agricultural opportunities and responsibilities, and develop those qualities of leadership which an FFA member should possess. May we accomplish our purposes. I now declare this meeting of the Jefferson FFA chapter duly open for the transaction of business or attention to any matters which may properly be presented. The Jefferson FFA chapter would like to thank everyone for their attendance at this evening's awards. Although this year has not been as many of us would have imagined and has presented a wealth of challenges, we must also look at the valuable perspective that we have all gained in appreciation for opportunities that we have perhaps taken for granted in the past. Additionally, it is much more important that we recognize the many accomplishments of our fellow FFA members, many of whom have persevered through these challenges and came through better because of them. Tonight is a celebration of student accomplishments in leadership, personal growth, and career success. We are happy to have you here during this festive occasion. Out of courtesy and respect for our award recipients, we ask that everyone please silence or power down their cell phones for the awards presentation this evening. We wish to thank all the parents and members, alumni members, members of the Jefferson County School System, advisory committee members, agriculturists, and community affiliates, and all other guests for attending this year's awards ceremony, whether in person or those joining us through the virtual feed. It is because of your commitment to our success and future that our year has been so productive. Thank you for your time, effort, and dedication to each and every member of the Jefferson FFA chapter. I would now like to turn the podium over to our Mistress of Ceremony, our Jefferson FFA Vice President, Miss Jenna Daniel.
Thank you, Mr. President. Again, welcome everyone. We are lucky this evening to have a representative from the West Virginia FFA Association officer team here with us at our ceremony. Mr. Lucas Moreland, Northeastern Region Vice President, please join me in welcoming Lucas to the podium for greetings from the State Association.
As I was already introduced, my name is Lucas Moreland, the West Virginia FFA State Northeastern Region Vice President, and I want to give a greetings from the West Virginia FFA Association. Throughout my FFA journey and in my life, I have had few accomplishments that I distinctly remember throughout high school. With these events, competitions, and other values I've had continued in my time in FFA, I've realized that over the years, I completely forgot to thank those who took their time to help me succeed in whatever I was doing. This could be your high school sports coach, your guardians making sure you have a ride to practice. This could be staying after school with a teacher or an after-school tutoring if you needed extra help with your classes. And this could be gaining new skills from individuals in FFA or another CTE program that will help you for many years to come. Whatever you choose to do for the rest of your time in high school or in adulthood, never forget those who helped make you into the person you are today. Take time to show them how much you appreciate them and how much you care about them. As many of you already know, FFA is something you continue to use in whatever occupation you are doing. FFA is also about premier leadership, personal growth, and above all, career success, which was just mentioned. Take what you've learned from your FFA advisors, whether it be something serious such as public speaking or something so insignificantly small as always remembering to smile and laugh even in the darkest moments of our lives. FFA is like a family, again, as many of you already know, and not just for you all, the members, but also for the family, the parents, and also the supporters that you all have in your community. Never take what you have for granted, and always remember to find the best things in every situation you come across. Thank you all for inviting me to speak at your Jefferson FFA banquet, and I look forward to watching how you all grow, both in and out of FFA and the blue corduroy jacket. May you always find time and success in the things you are passionate about. Thank you.
As we begin the awards portion of the banquet, we ask that recipients enter to my left as their name is called to receive their recognition. As you arrive on the floor, line up to my right, wait until all the awards are given in the area have been presented so that pictures can be taken and then return to your seat. And we do have little X's on the floor so you guys can remain socially distant. We encourage excitement, celebration, and applause by those in the audience and members, are encouraged for their year-long accomplishments. I would now like to call upon Ms. Marstiller to recognize our senior members and agriculture education completers.
If you'll turn your attention to the screen for the senior slideshow. We have just witnessed a presentation sharing the senior membership of the Jefferson FFA. On Sunday, these members will graduate as part of the Jefferson High School class of 2021. As a result of their involvement and achievement in the chapter, many have earned the right to carry the colors of the FFA during their commencement. The golden FFA stole is carried by chapter FFA degree recipients, and the gold and blue cord is carried by state FFA degree recipients. Additionally, students who earn their agricultural career and technical education completer status will receive a silver cord, and those completing the governor's workforce credential will also receive a blue and silver cord. Would the following members please come forward to be recognized? Andrew Chapman. Andrew is a completer in Power and Structural and Technical Systems. He earned his chapter degree in 2019 and his state degree in 2020. Brady Chrisman. Brady is also a completer in Power, Structural, and Technical Systems, and he earned his governor's workforce credential. Little spoiler alert, Brady's going to receive his chapter degree a little later this evening. Jenna Daniel. Jenna is a completer in Animal Systems and earned her chapter degree in 2019 and her state degree in 2020. Rachel Root. Rachel is a completer in Animal Systems, and she earned her chapter FFA degree in 2019 and her state degree in 2020. In just a couple short days, senior members, both standing up on stage and those seated, will be starting a new journey, the destination of which may be set with goals of college, military enlistment, or careers and maybe even families of their own. However, the eventual result of such a venture is ultimately unknown. We wish you luck in your life's adventures. We wish to thank your parents and your families for their support during your time with us. And we thank you for your many contributions to your community and to your fellow FFA members. And a heartfelt congratulations for achieving one of life's greatest milestones.
I would now like to invite Mr. Green to present the Service Learning and Leadership Awards.
Good evening. Anyone who has spent any time in the Jefferson Agriculture Department understands the daily operation requires the support and service from dedicated students in order to make the things that we do possible. Students, in many cases, are asked to do the dirty work of our department. A lot of dishes are typically involved. And through all of that, they maintain a positive attitude and smiling faces. Well, if we could see them this year, they'd still be smiling. This year, we had 2 students that served in these capacities here with us, and we'd like to recognize them, of course. Our co-op students this year were Emily Marsteller and Jenna Daniel. Additionally, many of you who have been to our banquets in the past or have any connection to what Jefferson FFA is in our community, you certainly understand the nature of our organization as a leadership organization and the strong tradition that our FFA chapter has, not just with great leaders within our local chapter and in our local community, but across the state of West Virginia and regionally. And the tradition was carried on by one of our members this year as a representative of regional office in the Northeastern region. And I'd like to recognize Riley Brown as the Northeastern Region Secretary. Riley, please come forward. And Jenna, the podium is yours.
I would now like to call upon Mr. Scott Daniel and Ms. Cassie Hargis for Jefferson alumni presentations and awards.
Good evening. The purpose of the Alumni Association of Jefferson FFA is to assist the chapter in all of its activities. This assistance is both physical and financial. To help the chapter recover from 15 months of COVID restrictions, our help will be needed now more than ever. Our main activity coming up is our grilled corn booth at the Jefferson County Fair. We're always in need of help those nights of the fair. We meet the second Tuesday of each month in the months of September through June at 7 p.m. We usually meet in the ag classrooms here, if possible, or at King's in Carneysville. We have a Facebook page, check that out. And we're always in need of new members. So reach out to me or even to the Facebook page, and we'll welcome all your help. Thank you.
Good evening. My name's Cassie, like Jenna mentioned, and tonight I'm going to be speaking on behalf of a couple other members that normally give these awards at our banquet. These awards are very special in memory of a lot of people who gave a lot of dedication to this organization. The Agnes Lutz Award is presented in memory of Miss Agnes Lutz, who was an avid supporter of young people and the FFA organization. She helped in making apple butter, loaning kettles, assisting with the annual citrus fruit sale, purchased multiple ham and bacon from the chapter at the Tri-County sale, and gives a hand in countless of other activities. Perhaps Ms. Lutz's most endearing and memorable quality was her willingness to contribute her unique viewpoint in any situation. This award is presented to a student who fits many of these same descriptors and his distinctive sense of humor and work ethic make her a truly invaluable member of the FFA chapter. This year's Agnes Lutz Memorial is presented to Miss Riley Brown. This award is presented in honor of Miss Cindy Fincham, the wife of Mr. Mitch Fincham for nearly 32 years. She was always involved in chapter activities and contributed her time and talents to this organization. Ms. Fincham was a self-starter, a motivator, and enthusiastic, and had a great sense of humor, and was willing to perform any task to make a project or individual successful. She was a family friend-oriented and had a strong belief in God. The words, "I can't," were never a part of her vocabulary. The student receiving this award has many of those same qualities and can be depended upon to step up and fill the gap of any inaction. When others are standing back, it is my pleasure to present the Cindy S. Fincham Award to Miss Emily Marstiller. The William M. Coyle Award honors the education and service of Mr. Bill Coyle, who taught in Jefferson County for over 30 years. Mr. Coyle always stressed the importance of students achieving their leadership's and education potential and setting and working toward realizing their goals. This award is presented to agriculture students who have shown great leadership and dedication and desire to do their best at all times. The individual has given numerous hours, continuous effort, and hard work in this organization during this, and each year of membership in Jefferson FFA. This award goes to Ms. Jenna Daniel. The Edmund E. Stewart Award is presented in memory of Mr. Ed Stewart, who spent 45 years in education, the majority of which were spent teaching agricultural students in Jefferson County. Mr. Stewart possessed endless expertise in the various disciplines of agricultural mechanics. This recognition is presented annually to a senior agricultural mechanics student that has shown the most involvement, dedication, and achievements in the agricultural mechanics lab and mechanical projects, while being a role model in safety as well as mentoring students in the mechanics discipline. This year's winner is Mr. Andrew Chapman. Mr. Quincy D. Fleming taught vocational agriculture from 1947 to 1965 at Page Jackson High School in Charlestown. He was very dedicated to the agricultural program and FFA. Following his service to the county's agricultural students, he served as a school administrator for Jefferson County Schools until 1972. Mr. Fleming was consistently involved in community projects and was always assisting others in working to improve the life of the youth of the county. He helped with community projects and recreational programs and gave assistance to the Job Corps. Mr. Fleming and this year's recipients share a common attitude toward the service, which is amplified by determination and endless work ethic. For her many hours of time spent not only with working with the Jefferson FFA, but also as a willing contributor to her community. This year's QD Fleming Award goes to Miss Rachel Root. It is also my honor tonight to present to you the Jefferson FFA Alumni Scholarship recipient. I have had the pleasure of knowing this individual for many years. In fact, I can remember meeting this individual at the West Virginia FFA State Convention with a smile during her face at all activities. The FFA member has excelled and taken every opportunity that this organization has to offer. I know that through their hard work, dedication, and commitment, they will continue to succeed in their future. This individual is planning to attend Blue Ridge Community College and Technical Center in the fall, majoring in business, with hopes to one day have her own venture in whatever. It is my pleasure to announce you tonight to the Jefferson FFA Alumni Scholarship recipient, Ms. Jenna Daniel.
Will the assistant officer team please come forward for the presentation of the Green Hand FFA degrees?
Mr. President, I have the applications for 20 students enrolled in agricultural education who are candidates for the Green Hand FFA degree.
Our Constitution outlines minimum qualifications for this degree. We shall now determine if these candidates qualify. Madam Advisor, do all candidates have satisfactory plans for programs of supervised agricultural experience?
They have.
Have these candidates met all other minimum qualifications of Article 6, Section C of the National Constitution?
They have.
The Secretary will please read the names of the successful candidates.
Will the candidates please rise when their names are called? August Costello, Colin Cross, Elena Dom, Jordan Gamble, Jasmine Jackson, Natalie Kinder, Alyssa Knotts, Caitlin Landry, Brady Marnark, Trinity Martin, Ashlyn McGee, Emma McGee, Ryan Rapp, Logue Shriver, Elizabeth Scott, Malachi Seal, Madison Smith, Sophia Swartz, Aaliyah Sweeney, and Devin Welch.
Candidates, you are about to receive the Greenhand FFA degree in a national organization of members who expect to enter a career in the industry of agriculture. Will you strive to further develop your abilities through active participation in the FFA? If so, answer, we will. The basic beliefs of FFA members are outlined in the FFA Creed, which will be presented by Trinity Martin after your degree is confirmed. I hope that you will always carry the spirit of the Creed in your hearts and the words in your memory.
Career development is a lifelong process. Your activities in this organization will help you acquire the ability to cooperate with others for the benefit of all. A good attitude and a respect for the rights of others are essential for success in life.
The vast agricultural complex forms the foundation of our American economy. You have chosen well by your expression of interest in a future career in this, our nation's largest field of endeavor.
By your enrollment in agricultural education, you have taken an important step toward becoming a useful citizen in our democracy. Like George Washington, use your talents and training for the betterment of yourself and your fellow man.
The FFA is a national organization of young men and women preparing for careers in agriculture. I am proud to add your name to the roll of the Jefferson FFA Chapter, West Virginia Association, and the national organization.
Success in a career and in life is largely the result of a sound education and a willingness to work. Without labor, we accomplish little, and unless our labor is directed by intelligent thinking, we accomplish nothing.
The pen worn by Greenhands is made of bronze. Because of its hardness and endurance, bronze has been used for ages by those who sought a better substitute for crude stone instruments. May those qualities of hardness and endurance carry you far in our organization. Although you have done well and merit this recognition, let me remind you that there are heights yet to be attained. Just as there are metals more precious than bronze, there are rarer and more precious laurels to be won in our organization. The silver pin of the chapter FFA degree and the golden charm of the state FFA degree await those who earn them. In order to attain these higher degrees, you must possess rare and golden qualities. You must be malleable but never crushed, ductile but never drawn into anything base or dishonorable, glowing with enthusiasm but unaltered by the heat of conflict. It is my sincere wish that some of you will eventually be awarded the golden key of the American FFA degree. Your future is before you. Through hard work and wise decisions, you can attain the highest place in our organization so eagerly sought by all worthy members.
The FFA organization practices agricultural leadership, citizenship, and cooperation. If you develop your abilities, you may become a leader in this organization. We need you, and the country needs strong leadership. We now welcome you as Greenhands. As the secretary calls your name, please come down to the floor to be recognized.
August Costello, Colin Cross, Elena Dom, Jordan Gamble, Jasmine Jackson, Natalie Kinder, Alyssa Knotts, Caitlin Landry, Brady Marnark, Trinity Martin, Ashlyn McGee, Emma McGee, Ryan Rapp, Logue Shriver, Elizabeth Scott, Malachi Seal, Madison Smith, Sophia Swartz, Aaliyah Sweeney, and Devin Welch.
Please be seated, and will the officers return to their stations?
At this time, I would like to call the Jefferson FFA officer team to the floor for the chapter degree ceremony.
Mr. President, it is my privilege to announce that 8 members are candidates for the Chapter FFA degree. Brady Chrisman, Rainer Durst, Marlon Fagans, Hannah Good, Hayden Jeffries, Hunter Hours, Matthew Schaefer, and Hannah Thompson.
Our Constitution sets up minimum qualifications which must be met before members advance to a higher degree. The Secretary will please read the section of our Constitution which outlines the standards for this degree.
To be eligible to receive the Chapter FFA degree from the chapter, the member must meet the following minimum qualifications. Must have received the Green Hand FFA degree. Must have satisfactorily completed the equivalent of at least 180 hours of systematic school instruction in agricultural education at or above the 9th grade level. Have in operation an approved supervised agricultural experience program and be enrolled in an agriculture education course. Have participated in the planning and conducting of at least 3 official functions in the chapter program of activities, have earned and productively invested at least $150 by the member's own efforts, or worked at least 45 hours in excess of scheduled class time, or a combination thereof, and have developed plans for continued growth and improvement in supervised agricultural program. Have effectively led a group discussion for 15 minutes, have effectively demonstrated 5 procedures of parliamentary law, shown progress toward individual achievement in the FFA award programs, have satisfactory scholastic records, submit a written application for the Chapter FFA degree.
Mr. Advisor, have all candidates met or exceeded these standards?
They have.
Will the candidates please rise?
Fellowship and brotherhood are desirable aspects of a full and satisfying life. Your many friends in the FFA share with you the satisfaction of your achievement. May you continue to advance in the FFA.
We enjoy many benefits through the FFA. It is important that all of you inform others about this organization so that its influence can be a contributing factor in their lives. Let us work together to build a better America.
FFA members learn the importance of sound financial practices. The skills you are developing in keeping records and accounts will be valuable assets to you throughout life. May you use this training to support yourself, your family, and worthy activities of your community.
You have earned the highest FFA degree a chapter can bestow upon its members. As Secretary, it is my pleasure to inscribe your name in our permanent records. May you continue your individual growth and development in our organization.
Planning and completing a task brings a certain satisfaction that is the reward of the industrious individual. Our forefathers worked hard to transform America from a wilderness to a great nation. Your attainment of this degree demonstrated your willingness to work. You have done well and have taken a major step towards fulfilling your goals in the FFA.
Those who succeed best in life, regardless of occupation, know the means whereby the great problems can be solved. Ignorance leads to neglect, waste, want, and poverty, while wisdom leads to industry, productivity, and happiness. You have studied and learned in order to earn this degree. Every worthwhile recognition carries with it additional responsibilities. Your increased leadership ability should be reflected by your continued involvement in the activities of our chapter.
The pin symbolizing the chapter FFA degree is made of silver. Just as there are more metals precious than silver, there are more precious laurels to be worn in our organization. The golden charm of the state FFA degree and the golden key of the American FFA degree await those who earn them. It is our hope that as you reach these higher goals in our organization, I am pleased to present each of you with the silver pin of the chapter FFA degree.
Please come forward as I call your name. Brady Chrisman, Rainer Durst, Marlon Fagans, Hannah Good, Hayden Jeffries, Hunter Hours, Matthew Schaefer, and Hannah Thompson.
You guys may be seated.
It is my pleasure to invite Ms. Trinity Martin back to the floor for the presentation of the FFA Creed. Trinity represented the Jefferson FFA at the Northeastern Regional FFA Creed Speaking Contest, where she placed second.
The FFA Creed by E.M. Tiffany. I believe in the future of agriculture, with a faith born not of words, but of deeds. Achievements won by the present and past generations of agriculturists, and the promise of better days through better ways, even as the better things we now enjoy have come to us from the struggles of former years. I believe that to live and work on a good farm, or to be engaged in other agricultural pursuits, is pleasant as well as challenging. For I know the joys and discomforts of agricultural life and hold an inborn fondness for those associations which, even in hours of discouragement, I cannot deny. I believe in leadership from ourselves and respect from others. I believe in my own ability to work efficiently and think clearly with such knowledge and skill as I can secure, and in the ability of progressive agriculturists to serve our own and the public interest in producing and marketing the product of our toil. I believe in less dependence on begging and more power in bargaining, in the life abundant with enough honest wealth to help make it so, for others as well as myself, in less need for charity and more of it when needed, in being happy myself and playing square with those whose happiness depends upon me. I believe that American agriculture can and will hold true to the best traditions of our national life, and that I can exert an influence in my home and community which will stand solid for my part in that inspiring task. Thank you.
Thank you, Trinity. I would now like to call upon our chapter advisors, Ms. Marstiller and Mr. Green, for the presentation of the Chapter Proficiency Awards, Chapter Stars, and the Pride of Jefferson Award.
Proficiency Awards recognize students who exhibit expertise in areas of placement, entrepreneurship, exploration, and research through their supervised agricultural experience programs. In order to qualify for a Proficiency Award, students must exhibit expertise and growth in their SAE. As a result of the generosity of Mr. Stanley Dunn, the students receiving second place awards will receive a $25 cash award, and those receiving first place will receive a $50 award. This year's winners are as follows. In the area of dairy placement, the first place recipient is Logue Shrevert. Come on down, Logue. Rachel Root, come on up, Rachel, is the winner of the diversified livestock, the goat production, and swine production proficiencies, and is also a second place winner in sheep production. So good job, Rachel. She's going home with a nice little check. Second place in goat production is awarded to Hannah Good. Come on up, Hannah. In the area of home and community development, Emily Marsteller is a first place winner. The first place proficiency award for landscape management goes to Marlon Fagans. Jenna Daniel is the first place winner in the sheep production and entrepreneurship proficiency and the second place winner in swine production. In the area of small animal production and care, Alyssa Knotts is the first place winner. Congratulations to this year's Proficiency Award winners.
The Jefferson FFA annually recognizes members who rise to the top with Chapter Star Awards. These members go above and beyond in their attitude, involvement, community service, and most significantly, their supervised agriculture experience. Winners of these awards have mastered skills in production, personal and business finance, and management. The Chapter Star Award is presented each year to the Chapter Star Green Hand Award is presented each year to the Jefferson FFA's most active first-year member who has plans for a strong supervised ag experience program and has demonstrated leadership within the FFA. This year's Star Green Hand is presented to Trinity Martin. Our second star recognition is for the Chapter Star Farmer. The Chapter Star Farmer Award is given each year to a chapter member who has an outstanding supervised ag experience in production agriculture and demonstrates the involvement in all phases of the chapter's activity. This award has been named in memory of Mr. Hart Bennett, a Jefferson FFA alum, past chapter officer, and recipient of the Star Farmer Award in 2001. As an aspiring young agriculturalist and auctioneer, he remained active in Jefferson County agriculture industry and took pride in staying connected with the FFA and 4-H organization. This year's Hart Bennett Star Farmer Award is given to Rachel Root. The Pride of Jefferson Award is an honor given annually to a graduating member of the Jefferson FFA, you've met a lot of those this evening, who has demonstrated an outstanding leadership, characteristic, has an established and maintained and expanded their Ag Experience program and has demonstrated high academic and scholastic standards at Jefferson High School. Although many of our members you have seen this evening fit these descriptors, this award recipient truly represents the devotion, commitment, drive, and knowledge that made them successful throughout their FFA experience, and will certainly have a positive impact on the agriculture industry as they continue to embark on the journey that will lead them to their achievement in educational and career goals. This year's Pride of Jefferson Award goes to Jenna Daniel. We're gonna get Cody. No.
So this message goes out to our retiring officers. I know that many of you for this year has not really turned out as you had hoped for, or maybe even had planned. However, you accepted the challenges this year with grace and were able to think outside of the box by coming up with new activities and ideas to engage members. You are to be applauded for your creativity and your perseverance throughout this year, if more than any other. We would like to thank you for your service. Do you want them to come up front? Should they come up front? Are we going to do that? Okay. So when I call your name in your office, can you please come up front so we can take a picture? There is a little memento for your year in your goodie bag. This year's Assistant Sentinel is Miss Samantha Fridley, Assistant Treasurer Hayden Jeffries, Assistant Secretary Miss Hannah Good, Assistant Vice President William Mulligan. Our parliamentarian this year was Hunter Hours. Serving as Sentinel was Mr. Matt Vickers. Our reporter was Miss Emily Marsteller. In Treasury was Mr. Cameron Hargis. Our Secretary was Miss Riley Brown. In Vice President, Miss Jenna Daniel. And Mr. President Andrew Chapman. Thank you all for your hard work this year. Jenna, you're up next.
This is what we asked Brady to come up. You can see that photo.
Okay. I now call upon Mr. Brady Chrisman of the Jefferson FFA Nominating Committee to announce the 2021-2022 Jefferson FFA Officer Team.
Good evening. I would first like to introduce my fellow nominating committee members. If they are here, please stand as I call your name. Andrew Chapman, Jenna Daniels, Colton Huller, and Rachel Root. Okay. As a committee, we work to review applications and interview candidates and ultimately make nominations for each office, which is then voted on by the chapter members. I'm pleased to announce the results of those elections. In the office of Sentinel, Matthew Vickers. Reporter, Hunter Hours. For Treasurer, Hayden Jeffries. For Secretary, Hannah Good. Vice President, Emily Marsteller. And the 2021-2022 Jefferson FFA Chapter President is Riley Brown.
I now turn the duties of the chair one final time back to our retiring president, Mr. Andrew Chapman.
We would once again like to thank you for your support of the Agriculture and FFA program. Without your continued support and guidance, our program would not be this successful. We hope that everyone has enjoyed this evening's activities and that you have a safe trip home. Members, when you exit the gym, please pick up your packet with your certificates, pins, and plaques located on the tables. They are organized in alphabetical order. Madam Secretary, do you have a record of any further business which should now be transacted?
What is going on? Okay, so this year with all of our tests and trials and ideas, it could not have been possible without our amazing advisors, Ms. Marsteller and Mr. Green, for always keeping us on track, on schedule. They've been great this year, so we have a little present for them.
Does any member know of any new or unfinished business which should properly come before this meeting? Also, there's goodie bags at the table where you get your awards, so make sure to take a goodie bag. We are about to adjourn this meeting of the Jefferson FFA chapter. As we mingle with others, let us be diligent in labor, just in our dealings, courteous to everyone, and above all, honest and fair in the game of life. Fellow members and guests, please join me in the salute to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I now declare this meeting adjourned.